Okay, so one question before I start. Who not really knows, but who has heard about Model Context Protocol? I will, you did, I know you did. So, okay, just two sentences and we'll move on. So Model Context Protocol. So what is it? It's a way of allowing large language models to get more context. So pretty much if we have a large language model and we want to provide it with more data, with more context, with more information, we should do it over some protocol that it's native for this LLM. And this is how MCP, so Model Protocol, came to be. Basically, just two people went out during that. So basically, this is a way how you can use your LLM-driven chat, let's say ChatGPT or Claude desktop experience, let's say. You can make it to be able to contact with normal applications, normal web servers. So it can chat. LLM can chat to your Gmail account, for example, or your Jira account, or whatever. So today I'm going to add MCP abilities, so to let's say legacy MCP, legacy Rails application. How I'm going to do it is I promised to do it in 5 minutes. Probably I lied. Maybe it's going to be like 7, but only because I want to explain what I'm doing on the way. This is Campfire. This is a product of 37 signals, and it's a chat. It's a replacement for Slack to some extent. Campfire is used every year by Rails World Conference for all the participants to be able to chat together. So you can find people in here like, maybe Lucas. He organized KRUG in Krakow. But you can also find DHH or Amanda, who is running the Rails Foundation. So many people, because it's Rails World, but this application has one upside. It's open source since last month, actually. So if this is a side note, if you want to see how the creators of Rails actually use Rails, here's an example. You can download and you can see how it works. You can see the code and review. It's an interesting approach, let's say, but definitely go and read it. So I figured, okay, so if I'm about to convince someone that I can add MCP capabilities to any application, then I can take any application, but this is a mature application, so therefore legacy, and I can download it and I can add MCP to that. So let's do that. Let's clone this application. Apart from that, let's keep it running. This is a template for Rails, which I presented this year at Rails World as well. So this is something that allows you to add MCP capabilities to any pretty much Rails application. You can use it with a new application or with an existing one. So within the same folder, I'm going to clone this. All right. So one thing that's awesome about this Campfire application is that it has a setup from your dreams, let's say. When you read into README, all you have to do is run bin setup. And I would bet that not all of your applications can do that. This is actually finished because it has set up Docker properly. It has installed with Brew all the dependencies that it should have. I've run it before on this machine, so it's just like this. But if you run bin setup on a normal machine, it would also run installing everything that it wants and needs. So now we can run Rails, I think with bin server. All right, so now we have a free installation of Campfire. So let's add an admin account. Yeah, that's my email. Hi, I'm Paweł Strzałkowski. I'm from Visuality. I'm the CTO of Visuality. I forgot to say hi. All right, so I've created a new account, new admin account, and here I have a link that I can share with others. So let's run another browser in incognito and let's join. Let's have Paweł. Let's use the same email just with plus Paweł, because why not? We'll have another account. Okay, so now we have two. And let's invite someone else. Let's run it in Firefox as well. Let's call it Adam. Oh, no, it's nope. All right, so we have 3 people who can chat. Let's add some room. Let's call it Warsaw. Let's add another. Let's call it Łódź. All right. So we have like general, we have Łódź, and we have Warsaw. Let's have a chat between Paweł. Who is here? Okay, so let's say hello in here. And how are you in here? All right, so you can see that it's actually interactive chat, and it actually works. All right, so as I've mentioned, MCP and Model Context Protocol is something that would allow you to take an application like, I don't know if I have it running, like for example Cloud Code. How it works here. And I should be able to type in here a command to actually do something within Campfire. For that, Campfire has to expose a server, MCP server, so that this application can connect to that. So we're going to add MCP to Campfire. I have my template in here. Let's go into my notes, because there is so much. Yeah, okay, so let's run this. All right, so I'm within the once Campfire folder, and I want to do this. So I want to apply a template which actually adds a gem. The gem is the official SDK for Ruby for Model Context Protocol, and adds some additional generators. So I'm going to apply this, and here it is. We have a gem, and that's pretty much it. We have a controller which exposes the server, and so on. The next thing I want to do is I want to generate MCP tool. Let's call it alert tool. And what was that? I think it was content. So it's a tool which has one parameter, content of type string. All right, so we have this tool created. I won't go over everything, sorry.
It's lightning talk.
It's a lightning talk again, like 15 minutes lightning talk, of course. So it has created as this, so it's a tool that later on the LLM chat is going to use. But we are adding this to Campfire. So if we looked at this, at my notes apparently, if we looked into what actually happens in this application, we would see that, of course, because this is the Rails way, it uses messages server, messages controller, post action. So it's probably messages controller create, right? There is the logic how to create a message is right there. So let's go there. Right. So in order to create a message, we have to set a room, we have to create the message, and broadcast the message to everyone. So if we just copy this into our tool, it would almost work. Set room, well, for us, it's like room.all each, pretty much this, right? So, so we want to broadcast it to all the rooms. The message comes from content. So the message is probably something like this. And we could also decipher the last two lines, but I'm just gonna copy. And this was the process that I went through. So it's nothing magical. I just unscrambled what was within the application itself. Let me show you what I came up with. So it's probably still. All good?
Yeah.
All right. So one thing that we have to do, every tool has to have a description. So like send an alert to all rooms. LLM is gonna get this description and is going to know how to use it whenever it's asked for alerting all the rooms. All right, so what our tool does, it says the current user. This is how the application works, apparently. It goes through all the rooms and creates new messages with the content provided. Then it broadcasts each message and does some other weird stuff. This is taken from the application. And what I did, I mapped over all the rooms and I returned the name so that at the very end I can say the following rooms were alerted and here's the array just joined. All right, so this is our server, and we can run it. Let's come back to here. Let's restart the server, and let's use MCP inspector. So this is a tool for making sure that your MCP tools actually work. All right, so this is our address. We can connect. Yeah, we are connected. Tools, list tools. We see our alert tool. So it's going to rain, for example. Run this tool. Again, this doesn't really look like much, but this inspector connects over MCP protocol to our server, uses the tool that we've created, and it actually succeeded because it's green. Yay. All right, but so since we run this, we can go back to our go to our chat, and we can see that the admin has broadcasted it's going to rain in all the channels. So it actually works. We connected to that tool. But this is not that sexy. Let's use actually Cloud Desktop for that. One problem is that Cloud Desktop has to have access to our server over HTTPS. So it has to be a public server, and it has to use SSL. And I don't want to do deployment, so let's... no. No, I don't have this in my... I have notes. Yeah. So let's use ngrok. It's a reverse proxy which exposes your local server to outside domain. This is our domain. You just have to accept it to use it. And pretty much we've just connected over HTTPS from outside to our local server. All right, so let's use this server. Let's go to Cloud Desktop. Let's add our MCP server. Add here. So what's that? Campfire. And our server is /mcp. Let's add. All right. I tested it yesterday, and a funny thing happened. Let's see if it's gonna come out today as well. Alert all rooms that there is an attack of bloodthirsty T-Rexes incoming. Let's see what's going to happen. Oh, this is so. Yesterday, it asked me, are you serious? And asked me whether it's a game or not. But this way, okay, it's running. Let's. Oh, so this, yeah, exactly. I think it has memory. I have to allow it. Okay, it was sent successfully to all rooms. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. All rooms. Yeah. So we've just connected an MCP server from our local application taken from the internet, so pretty much legacy application. We added this, and I was able to connect with Cloud Desktop, to use the MCP server. Thank you. That's all.